Good day, YouTubers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. We got a little progress done on the case this week. We're building this display case to go over the cutaway sectional San Francisco. And I was debating whether or not to use this smaller wood, but because this model is so small, when I looked at using something bigger, it'd go one by one, which is a little less, a little less than that width. But you draw that out, it looks like a way much bigger frame than I think is necessary. And the glass that we're going to put in there, and this size of this, I think will be fine. So we got a groove cut in that to accept the glass. And after I'm looking at how to attach the frame to the base, I'm thinking I'm going to cut another piece of base that's probably an inch or so bigger than the existing one. I should have enough there to do that. And then add that as a piece underneath this one to give it some more depth for the bottom. And then I might miter or cut these corners down a little bit to accept the legs from the frame. And after gluing the frame up, I added screws once the glue dried. Now that this is dried and screwed, I'm going to sand it up real good, get the other pieces made, and get the step cut in the base so it accepts these legs, and then get it all sanded and stained before we put the glass in there and screw it together. And I was just using this as a work surface to do the glue up. And I got it pretty square. There's a little bit of spread here that I don't like, but there's enough give in this wood and the frame joints that I can straighten it out pretty easy without breaking something. And the other thing that I'm debating on how to do is attach the ship to the base, and the ship with the lighting kit that's in there. Move that chair out of the way because we got this little battery box here that turns on some light inside there. We got to figure out what we're going to do with this battery box. And one of the things I was thinking is to extend this wire and put the battery box on top of the frame. I think that's probably the best way to go about, because I don't want that down there where it's going to be in the way. And we put it up here on the lid And the lid could be a solid piece of, oh, I got some stuff up there I can use that will work very well for that. Probably use something clear, but maybe not. I might use that white stuff. I think that's nylon. I do have a light that I can put on the top, but I don't know if I need that. It's probably a little bit too big for that anyway. That's what we used on this case here. It's got two of them big lights in there. So at this stage, I'm spending more time figuring out what I want to do to get it all finished up and assembled. Other than the sanding and the staining, that'll be the no-brainer part. I'm still in the how do I attach this to that, and what do I do to make this look better, and what do I do with this battery box, and how do I attach the ship to the base. So, because if I screw these legs down to the base with screws from underneath, in order to ever take that display case off, or to disassemble it or whatever, you'd have to turn it upside down. And if you turn it upside down, this has to be attached to the bottom somehow so it doesn't fall around in there. So that's my dilemma. Anybody got any good ideas for another plan of attack on doing that and the different things I'm talking about? Just make a comment, please. Either way, next week I'm going to move forward with some more steps to get this completed. I haven't decided on the next model. I have been looking at different ones. I'd like to do the Vasa, but I can't find it. And that's the I think it's Dutch, that sank right after they built it on the maiden voyage. It sank in the lagoon or the harbor, and they've got a museum where they've recovered it and got it on display a couple hundred years later. And that ship has got a lot of beautiful ornate decoration on it, similar to the Royal Sun. It's just decorated to the max, and I like that kind of challenge with the decorations and stuff. And it's got a unique history for something that was built and didn't last long, similar to the Royal Sun. The Searoy Royale had a very similar fate, only it lasted a little bit longer than the Vasa did. Ended up being beached so it could be repaired, and then it got burned on the beach. So there's a lot of cannons there they had to recover. Imagine got buried in the sand. I don't know what happened as far as the salvage of that, but imagine all that work, and then only one battle I think it was involved with, and got damaged bad enough where they had to beach it to keep it from sinking. And then they were going to work on it and try to get it going again, but ended up getting burnt. So what else have I been doing? Oh yeah, see that chainsaw? Okay, I need one of them new priming bulbs, the little rubber thing you push with your thumb to prime the gas into the carburetor before you start it. The one that was on there was rotted out, so I got to order a new one of those. The air filter's rotted out, so I got to order a new one of them. Obviously, that thing ain't gonna run like it is, so I had to get that palm tree down. There it is. So Home Depot, $80. Got an electric one. You don't have to start, you just plug it in and go. And we were able to do the job with that and got her down. So this is one of the cuts. Oh, good morning, Paul. Tomasi. How are you this morning? So we cut the palm tree down in the front. Salvage that piece. We're gonna make a totem pole out of it or something. Chickens already got their treats this morning. They're in there making racket. And the other pieces I stuck over here. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but my wife said save them. You know, happy wife, happy life. So we're going to do something with those. I don't know. Be a good plant stand, I guess. Not good for cutting slices to make cutting boards because it's palm. Palm has a very, very porous center that rot very quickly. So we harvested some more stuff. I'm going to go this other way because I have a hard time getting around that truck. And I'll show you the palm. My wife makes these on her channel, Jamie's Arts a la Cartes, along with 50 other kinds of crafts. And she's putting these up for sale now. So they'll probably be on Facebook Marketplace or Etsy or something like that. I don't know. You have to look on her channel. I need to put her channel link in my description, don't I? Or at least put it on my page so when people go to my channel to watch a video on how to build the HMS Bounty or something like that. So we've done the Cutty Sark, the HMS Bounty, the San Juan, the Napolitano, and the Royal Sun, and now the San Francisco. So all of them are documented on there. Assembly from beginning to end. And each ship, you know, maybe took a year or more to build. I don't have the Cutty Sark build, because that was so long ago I wasn't filming stuff, but I do have a lot of photos and still shots of it on the channel. So that's where the palm tree was. It is no longer. So my son is coming from Tampa tomorrow to help me run a little mini excavator and dig that out of there. Get rid of that root ball and get this front ready for, we're going to add on a carport extension 10 feet out there and a front porch extension 6 feet out. So we got to pour concrete over there and on each side to accommodate the posts to hold up the extension of the roof and everything going out. And then we're going to screen it all in, have a, most likely this will get tore out, and that same screened in enclosure stuff that they used to build the front will continue down this wall to that spot where the laundry room starts. And then we'll have a man door here, a man door over there, so you can get to the front door from the screened enclosure, and then a roll-up automatic motorized screen door for the car to drive through. So we're still getting bids, different bids from concrete companies and aluminum enclosure people, porch people, patio people. We're even looking at pergolas. Oh my gosh, there's so many options. I'm gonna get in trouble. So that's sort of what we're gonna do, is add this to the front of the house and this to the driveway. You can see that there. I built that like 10 years ago when we were looking at doing stuff back here in the yard. Ended up putting these sheds in instead of, the original plan was a big pergola back here coming off the back of the house. So just wanted to spend a few moments giving you guys an update on the project progress and the model build, display case build progress. Thanks for watching.